Book Dwellers, I'm Colleen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 6 reasons why you should read Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Number 1 is phenomenal characters. This book follows 6 misfits who are extremely different from one another, yet they have to all work together and accomplish this impossible heist. The interesting thing about it is that most of them have never even met before, yet they have to figure out how to work together in order to accomplish something that is seemingly impossible. On top of that, the 6 main characters feature people of color, LGBTQ rep. Just the cast of characters is so diverse, and they're from all over the world. They all have very different beliefs, and some of them might actually be against some of the other characters and who they are and what they stand for. And I think that honestly the characters are what make this book so great. You really care about them so much, you find out so much about them, and you just root for them all, and they're not perfect in any way. You know, they're not heroes. And while they do have a great arc, you know, I wouldn't classify them as good or bad characters. They're very much all morally gray. Some, you know, on more leaning one side or the other. But the characters in this book are just so rich. I just want to like take them all in and protect them and like wish them well as they go, like try and save the world or rob the world, depending on how you look at it. Number 2 is the world. Six of Crows takes place down here in the little island of Kerch, but they do travel in this book, so you really get to see a lot of the world. Each country in this world is so drastically different. They all have different beliefs, they all have different types of people, like run completely differently, just like countries do now, you know, in the real world. And one thing that Leigh Bardugo does really, really well is describe this world, and it really makes you feel like you're in it. Kerch, where most of them convene, is a port city, and it's full of crime, and it's dirty, and you really feel like you're living in that world when you're there. The world is so vivid and so rich, and it really just, you want to go explore yourself. Number 3 is the ships. This book has phenomenal ships. Even if you don't support all of the ships, you can definitely, like, I promise you, you will ship at least one pairing of people when you read this book. It is so good. This book has queer ships and hetero ships, and like honestly, you root for at least one of them while reading this book. Six of Crows is not about the romance, but it definitely enhances what's going on, you know, aside from trying to accomplish this massive heist. And you really do root for all of them, and I promise you, you will ship at least one of these ships, and a lot of the ships actually sail, which is pretty great. On top of, you know, romantic ships, there are also like really great actual ships in this book, and in the second one, like real ships that they're on, which is cool if you like, you know, ships. Number 4 is the heist itself. The heist itself is so well thought out, and it's honestly the most impressive heist novel I have ever read. It keeps you on your toes. You really get all these perspectives of the heist, and they're all kind of intertwining together, and you don't know how it's going to end. You know, you as the reader don't know what's going to happen, or sometimes you know more than the characters. It really switches up on you, and it just keeps you wanting more and more and more, and it's so fun to read and to guess along with what's going to happen and to be surprised and scared. It's amazing. Number 5 is the writing itself. Leigh Bardugo is a great fantasy writer. She's just so good at building the world that her stories are set in. To me, one of the best things about the Grisha trilogy was the writing and the world building. Six of Crows is a little difficult because it does throw you right in, and a lot of people ask if you need to read the Grisha trilogy before you read Six of Crows. And my answer on that one is you don't have to, but it definitely helps, because there are some characters from the Grisha trilogy who appear in the Six of Crows duology, and in my opinion, it's way more fun if you know who those characters are, and then you can get excited about them coming back. And also, the Grisha trilogy does a lot better at kind of building this world for you. Jump more straight in Six of Crows, and while you can definitely pick up on it, I think it's easier if you read the Grisha trilogy first. But Six of Crows is definitely written, so you don't have to. But anyway, side note, back to the writing. It's just so good and so pretty, and all of her books, it just makes you feel like you're in a fairy tale, in this, you know, cool, unique world. And she just has a way of making you, you know, getting you completely invested in this world to where, like, you know, you'll be reading it and you can't even see what's around you in real life because you're so into this book. Her writing is gorgeous. I love her. Number 6 is the POVs. The really cool thing about this book is that it has several POVs. Some of the chapters are a POV of someone that you will only hear from once, whereas you really kind of get the perspective from all the major characters between these two books, which is really cool because they're all doing different parts of this heist, and when you can actually follow what each of them are doing and their perspectives on the other people in their group, you know, it's so cool. Because this heist is so complicated, you need to have a lot of POVs, and she does it really well, to where it feels like you're reading one consecutive story with different, where you're kind of just transported to different places. It doesn't feel like, you know, you read a new chapter and it's Kaz's chapter, and you have to, like, okay, like, change your mindset in order to understand that and put yourself in that world. She does a really great job of making all these POVs flow, so it's one consecutive story, just with different viewpoints. The moral of the story is that you should read Six of Crows because it's honestly one of the best books I've ever read. It's so good, guys. It's so good. You need to read this book. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more content from Corey and I. We post videos on Tuesday and Fridays on this channel, so stay tuned for more fun bookish content. And because this is a Six of Crows video, I have to say, no mourners, no funerals, and I'll see you guys next time with a new video. Bye!